അതിനവിടെ എത്തിയിട്ട് Hi everybody, once again welcome to all to our online class, and today here we are discussing the chapter or the continuation of the chapter which we discussed in the last class. It was Earth and Biosphere. In this chapter many areas we already completed in the previous classes. The lithosphere and the other areas we already completed in the previous classes, and today here we are starting with the new area, atmosphere. What it is called as the atmosphere, and what is the importance of the atmosphere in human and other living beings life, etc. we need to understand now. Okay, so let's see. First upon, we need to understand what it is called as the atmosphere. The term atmosphere, it means what it is the meaning of the term atmosphere, which we need to understand first. Okay, atmosphere is a layer of air. Atmosphere is a layer of air which protects the earth like a blanket. It means the air blanket on the earth's surface, and it is protecting the earth's surface. Okay, this is called as the atmosphere. Once again, atmosphere is a layer of air which protects the earth like a blanket. Okay, it is protecting the earth like a blanket. So this is known as the atmosphere. It means the air on the earth's surface. Till an extent there is the air blanket on the earth's surface. Okay, and next we need to understand something about the importance of the atmosphere. What are the major importance of the atmosphere and how it is useful for the earth and the humans and other living beings on the earth's surface, etc. we need to discuss in this chapter in detail. Okay, so let's see. Here it is saying that in addition to gases like nitrogen and oxygen in the atmosphere, there is gases. Atmosphere, it is called as the air blanket. Air means gas. Okay, so the major airs in the atmosphere, it is nitrogen, oxygen. Atmosphere also contains dust particles and water vapor. Gases like nitrogen, oxygen, and what else? And atmosphere also contains dust particles. We can see the dust particles also in the atmosphere, and the water content. Okay, water content or the water vapor, etc. are the part of the atmosphere, or all these are in the meaning of atmosphere, we can say. Okay, and next area, anything that bring changes to the natural composition of air is a pollutant. Something is there, some of the factors are there, these factors are damaging the atmosphere or the quality of the atmosphere, which also we need to discuss in detail. Okay, so first thing, here we are understanding the different ways by the which the atmosphere is useful to us. Which are the different ways that the atmosphere is useful to us? How or which are the ways? Okay, please look into here. The atmosphere are useful to us in different ways. Those ways are, or those points are, the first one is the carbon dioxide required for plants. It means each and every plant, it required carbon dioxide. This carbon dioxides the plants are getting through the or getting from the atmosphere itself. With the help of the carbon dioxide, the plants are growing and it is preparing or making the food and all, as we learned in the previous classes. So the atmosphere or the presence of atmosphere is most important for plants to get the carbon dioxide. Okay, and oxygen, oxygen for giving the oxygen for different living beings. It is from the atmosphere itself, and protection from harmful ultraviolet and gamma rays. It means the atmosphere is protecting us, protecting the earth, or the protecting the humans and other living beings on the earth's surface from the harmful ultraviolet and gamma rays. Ultraviolet rays, it is passing from the sun to the atmosphere or to the earth, but at the top the atmosphere is acting as a shield, and it is preventing the harmful rays like ultraviolet and gammas, and it is not coming to the earth's surface. If it is coming to the earth's surface in a big way, it will be very harmful to the living beings in the earth's surface. So the atmosphere is protecting us from the harmful rays like ultraviolet and gamma rays. So the existence of the atmosphere is helpful for us to get the protection from these rays. And reasons for climate phenomena like rain and snow. It means the rain is happening, we know that, rain, snow. There are many more climatic phenomena. All these in the preparation of all these climatic phenomena, the role of the atmosphere, it is very important, or through the atmosphere this climatic phenomena is happening. And as an example, rain, snow, etc. are the atmospheric phenomena, or the climatic phenomena. Okay. So all these climatic phenomena, the presence of the atmosphere is most important. So these ways the atmosphere is many more helpful for us. Atmosphere is helpful for us through these ways. Carbon dioxide required for plants, it is getting from the atmosphere, and the presence of the oxygen, it is also from the atmosphere. And the third one is protection from harmful ultraviolet and gamma rays, and reasons for climatic phenomena like rain and snow. Okay, this way the atmosphere is protecting. And next part we are discussing here some of the activities which is very badly affecting the atmosphere. The activities of man that lead to air pollution, or it is badly affecting the atmosphere. Some of the activities, while we are doing some activities, it is very harmful to the atmosphere, or it is creating the air pollution, and this air pollution, it is not good for the existence of humans and all. Okay. So we are saying some of the activities, it is leading to the air pollution. The first one is saying that gases used in refrigerators, and air conditioners, the particular type of gases are using, and those kind of gases are very harmful, and it is creating the air pollution. So we should control the use of the air conditioners and the refrigerators. And the smokes pulling out from the vehicle, especially from the motor vehicles, the smokes, all these are very badly affecting the atmosphere, or it is creating the air pollution. Okay. And oxygen parlors. You know what it is called as the oxygen parlors? As we know, the oxygen parlors are the places where we can breathe the fresh air. Why we are going to the oxygen parlors? To breathe the fresh air. Many more areas in the countries or some of the countries, the air pollution is very high. So, somewhere the people are finding the places where they can breathe the fresh air. Those areas or those things are called as the oxygen parlors. There is a small box in your textbook, something is telling there about the oxygen parlors. For many years, this facility has been in existence in Japan, one of the country where the oxygen parlors are many years. It is in Japan. Nowadays, not only in Japan, but also many more countries the oxygen parlors are there. Those who enter this parlor, those who enter the oxygen parlors can breathe clear fresh air. They can breathe the clear and fresh air. Those places are called as the oxygen parlors. Delhi city has huge machines which pump fresh air into the atmosphere. Delhi city has huge machines which pump fresh air into the atmosphere. In India, one of the most air polluted city, it is the New Delhi. So there huge machines are using to pump the fresh air to the atmosphere. Why does the urban administration take such measures? Why does the urban administration, city administrative councils are using this kind of measures, pumping the air, or they are cleaning the atmospheric air? It is because of the pollution. Through different ways, the atmospheric air is polluted, as we told, from the machineries, from the industrial areas, and from the motor vehicles, from the air conditions or refrigerators. Through many sources, like these many sources, the atmospheric or air is polluted. To control the pollution, the urban administratives are taking measures to control the pollution. Okay, and next area we need to, and the next part we are discussing here about the biosphere. Okay, biosphere. ബയോസ്ഫിയർ എന്ന് പറയുമ്പോൾ നമ്മളിവിടെ ഉദ്ദേശിക്കുന്നത് ജീവമണ്ഡലം എന്നാണ്. എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ എല്ലാ ജീവികളെയും കാണുന്ന, അതേപോലെ ജീവികളുടെ നിലനിൽപ്പിന് അത്യന്താപേക്ഷിതമായിട്ടുള്ള ഘടകങ്ങളൊക്കെ ഉള്ള ജീവികളുള്ള ഏരിയയാണ് നമ്മളിവിടെ എന്തെന്ന് പറയുന്നത്, ബയോസ്ഫിയർ, ജീവമണ്ഡലം എന്നതുകൊണ്ട് ഉദ്ദേശിക്കുന്നത്. ഓക്കെ, ലെറ്റ്സ് സീ ബയോസ്ഫിയർ. ഇറ്റ് ഈസ് ദ പാർട്ട് ഓഫ് or the total of everything here which we written: lithosphere, atmosphere and hydrosphere. All these formed the biosphere where the human or all the living beings are existing. Okay, so the very existence of man, plants and animals is possible because of the presence of the lithosphere, hydrosphere and atmosphere. It means the existence of man, animals and everything is possible with the help or with the presence of lithosphere, which we already discussed in the previous class, lithosphere, and the atmosphere. Now we learned everything, and hydrosphere. So because of the existence of all these, the life of human or animals or plants are possible in the earth. And if there is a change, or if we are doing any harmful activities to the lithosphere or atmosphere or hydrosphere, in total we can say that to the biosphere, then it will impact on the life of the all living things in the atmosphere or in the living things in the earth. We cannot do anything harmful to the biosphere. It means we cannot destroy lithosphere or atmosphere or hydrosphere. Okay, carbon dioxide, water and minerals. Carbon dioxide, water and minerals are essential for the existence of plants. Okay, for the existence of plants, carbon dioxide and water, minerals. These three factors are the most important. So it is essential. And among these, carbon dioxide is obtained from the atmosphere, minerals from the lithosphere, and water from the hydrosphere. It means, as I told you, carbon dioxide is obtained from the atmosphere, okay, and minerals from the lithosphere, and water from the hydrosphere. So we cannot change the natural composition of lithosphere or atmosphere or the hydrosphere. It will be leading to the big what it is called big consequence on the life of the living things on the earth's surface. If any one of these factors, as I told you, if any one of these factors in total biosphere, if any one of these factors was excluded, would plants life have existed on earth? There is a question. It means if any one of excluded, ഇതിൽ ഏതെങ്കിലും ഒന്ന് ഇല്ലാതെയാവുകയാണെങ്കിൽ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ കാര്യമായ മാറ്റം വരികയാണെങ്കിൽ പ്ലാന്റ്സിനൊന്നും തന്നെ എന്ത് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റില്ല, എക്സിസ്റ്റൻസ് ഉണ്ടാവുകയില്ല. അതാണ് ഇവിടെ ഉദ്ദേശിച്ചിരിക്കുന്നത്. ഓക്കെ, man's indiscrete action will have serious impact on lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere and biosphere. It means our uncontrolled or our indiscrete actions are very badly affecting the lithosphere, atmosphere and the hydrosphere. In total we can say that it is affecting the biosphere. It is not good for the existence of the plants, human beings, animals. So we don't involve with the activities which is destroying the biosphere. Okay, and next area we are discussing here the natural disasters. We know that what it is called as natural disasters. Like an example, flood, a natural disaster. Okay, natural disaster are one such impact. Natural disasters are phenomena that occur naturally and result in heavy loss to life and property of man. It is occurring naturally, natural disasters. Okay, but it will create heavy losses to the life and property of man. But mostly these natural disasters, most of the natural disasters, sometimes it is happening because of the man's activities or indiscreet activities of the man. These natural disasters are happening. Okay, there are various government departments are there, national level and state level. There are various government departments are there, or government organization or government setups are there to prevent the national or the natural disasters. Have a look into the area, the government departments. Kerala Revenue Department, under the Kerala Revenue Department, Disaster Management Department is there. Disaster Management Department. This department or this authority is trying to rescue the people from the area where the natural disasters are happened, or they are trying to avoid the loss from the natural disasters. And State Disaster Management Authority, in our state Disaster Management Authority is there to prevent the people, life of the people and the wealth of the people from the natural disasters. And Land and Disaster Management Institute, Land and Disaster Management Institute. Like these various measures are there to prevent or to protect the people from the natural disasters. Okay, our today's class till here only. Hope you understood this all area, and we will do the next class in the next episode. Okay, thank you so much.